Come here, come here. Oh my gosh. Shit. Come here, come here. Look, look. Oh, look at that guy.
I really appreciate you joining me today, and this news is updates from London. There's a big storm going on across the country called Eunice, and 3 people have lost their life. My condolences to their families. Everybody's life has been affected by this storm. And in some shocking news, Storm Eunice has blew the roof off the O2 Arena. This was formerly known as the Millennium Dome, and it's a landmark in Greenwich, southeast London. And it opened in the year 2000. And this is the first time that I realised that the roof is made of paper. It seems that it's been torn off by the winds and it's severely damaged, and it only got worse during the day. The O2 said in a statement that they continue to assess the situation and act accordingly. Well, the situation is, there's no roof. The venue was renamed the O2 in 2007 to the failure of the dome when it was launched. It was meant to be some top-of-the-range facility. I can't even remember what they was going to do with it, but it completely failed, and this resulted in them having to sell it. There was people inside the dome at the time, and a school teacher called Lucy Sloman said she heard a big bang before being ushered away by security. She told the BBC, "I looked up and the roof had been ripped off. The parents that I was with were very shaken." The dome cost £789 million to make, and none of that was spent on the roof, evidently. Tens of millions more to maintain, and it closed at the end of the year 2000, so it was only open for 1 year. This has got to be one of the biggest embarrassments for the government, and I think Tony Blair was in power at that time. The dome was featured in James Bond. That was the only thing that he actually was built for, I think. It was just a bit of set for James Bond. And the O2 spokesperson said that due to adverse weather conditions, the tent fabric on our roof at the O2 has been blown off. So luckily nobody was hurt in that incident, but it definitely highlights, if the storm was any worse, how bad could this have been. In a breaking news story, a woman has been killed after a tree fell in London as well, which again highlights the dangers that is being posed by the storm, and to definitely avoid going out if you can. The gusts have been up to 80 miles an hour, and the woman is aged in her 30s, and she was in a car being driven by a man, and the tree hit the car on Muswell Hill Road in Haringey, North London at 4 o'clock today. Many trains are not running across the capital today, and there are severe warnings for 90 mile an hour winds. The woman died at the scene despite the efforts of the paramedics and also firefighters. Her family have been informed, and Haringey Council spokesman said, "Our teams are working tirelessly to clear all the fallen trees and debris and to secure anything that may be dangerous. I urge all residents to follow advice and to be alert to any dangers that may come with the extreme weather." The London Fire Brigade took 550 calls in a 3-hour period, and this is more than the average of a 24-hour period. And London Euston Station was shut due to a trampoline on the track. Shelters have been opened for anybody sleeping rough, and the scheme has been deployed when temperatures drop below freezing. There is no service between Parsons Green, Wimbledon, Barking, Upminster, High Street, Kensington and Edgware Road. So it's a big reminder for everybody to stay safe during this period and try to avoid going outside. In some other news, Cressida Dick has been on a final drugs raid for her PR campaign before she leaves the Metropolitan Police. There were several different raids, and one of them was for an arrest on a 100-kilogram conspiracy. Dame Cressida Dick walked solemnly behind her officers as they kicked down a door screaming police, and this is the last time she'll do this, following her resignation recently. She joined more than 100 officers in early morning raids at several different addresses, combating serious and organised crime. 4 men were arrested for offences including conspiracy to supply Class A drugs, conspiracy to possess a firearm, and Detective Chief Inspector Driss Hakoum said the 4 men were arrested this morning and are very dangerous individuals. They are linked to drug dealing, and this drives violence across London. This is an effort by the Metropolitan Police coming together to focus on the priority of tackling violence. The officers attended the property at 4 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday the 16th of February and executed another 6 warrants at different properties. They recovered £15,000 offensive weapons, designer jewellery including Rolex watches and Cartier bangles were also seized. Freezing orders were obtained for several bank accounts and property, and the addresses that were raided were in West Drayton, Chelmsford, Dagenham, Brentford and Baldock. A 31-year-old male was also arrested for cocaine possession and also an offensive weapon. So this is a short roundup of news coming from London, and I'll definitely have some more tomorrow. Please don't forget to check out the website for all the latest updates and follow me online as well at Scarcity Studios on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter and Facebook. And thank you for 4 million views on TikTok yesterday for the coverage of the Maybe and other stories as well.